All right, back out here on the old BSA. Let's get these valves adjusted. Tappet adjustment in the old book's under the engine. I'm pretty sure it's a lubrication here in the new book. Last I seen it here, I think it's under lubrication. Yep, here it is. It's in lubrication and maintenance. It's not in the engine section. So there's some differences between the two books. Yeah, clearances are the same. 8 on the inlet, 10,000, 8,000 on the inlet, 10,000 on the exhaust. All right, the order is a little different on which valves to start with from the books, but this book does talk about the engine being cold. No mention of that in there. It also calls it tappet adjustment. Here it's valve clearance. You got your adjuster D, you got your lock nut A, and we're going to do the left side exhaust valve first, which will have the right side exhaust valve fully open. So sliding the feeler gauge in here. Of course, my jam nut needs to be backed off. If your tools are clean, definitely don't want to drop anything in here. Got a 1/4 inch open end. I was working on the other ones. And 3/16 British wrench. Might get needle nose. Oh, there we go, works there. That's backed off quite a bit. Gonna run it in there, it's tight on the feeler gauge. Probably easier to see me do the other one. All right, place that lock nut a little bit, but basically turning it down, get a little bit of resistance, a little bit of drag. Kind of check it a few times. I'm gonna hold it there. Lock it down. Feels a little loose. So it kind of be a game. Kind of like I think I'll be playing with the clutch. Yeah, a little bit of drag there. That's perfect. I like that. Feels good. All right, left side exhaust valve is now fully open. Let's get set up in a spot here for adjusting this one. All right, I got 10,000 feeler gauge in there. I got, like, you know, a little bit of drag there. So I'll lock it down. Let's just do a little bit. I'd rather be on the loose side than the tight side, but let's see here. Let's do a little bit. Yeah, just a skosh there. Oops, going the wrong way. Okay. Yeah, I like that. All right, gonna move on to the intake. So we got the left intake valve clearance, the right side valve spring must be fully compressed. The valve open. Might be kind of hard to see, but right side is valve springs fully compressed. And let's move over to the left side. Again, the exhaust is 10th thou, intakes 8 thousandths. All right, spared you the adjusting part, but kind of listen, you can hear it. Probably see it in there, you know. It's 8 thou right there. All right, on the right side intake. All right, as I'm like spinning the back wheel, I'm kind of just keeping an eye on the rocker arms and stuff, and you'll see when they come to there's no action happening. Like I compressed the left intake valve all the way down. It's open right now, and now we'll adjust the right side. All right, got this one set up. You know, a little bit of drag on there, not a lot, just a little. So you can stick it back in there, pull it back out. All right, what I'm doing here is rolling the wheel through after I've done giving that like a check. You know, watching the rocker arms. Okay, it's not moving no more. Over to feel that one. Kind of just go, you know, rolling the wheel through, going through, and double checking them, you know, seeing how they feel. All right, before lunch here, real quick, my rocker cover hardware, put a little grease on the gasket here. Gonna stick that on, the rocker cover on, no reason to leave it off. Looks like the oil leak I was having there at the sump seems to be good. Nothing coming out of that pressure relief valve either. Yeah, it's easier dumping oil in there through the valve, the push rod tunnel than the timing plug. If I was in the timing plug, I guess if I had to deal with the, you know, once the oil's changed or whatnot, first few oil changes will be pretty soon, once it's up and running. But yeah, I was thinking the carbs, but I'm thinking get the headlight bucket instead and the wire harness and start laying that out before putting the carbs on. Still waiting on clutch parts, but that valve cover on there before lunch here. All right, starting to look like something here, huh? Well, I'll order up a pizza.